What was your role, the role of the HFDF people?
To give bearings to aircraft that needed them. There was some of it was routine. The radio operator would do a routine with you, and I got to know about half a dozen American operators, because there was a ferry service from Australia up into the Pacific with DC-3s, or C-47s as they call them, ferrying provisions and whatever, and people, and they used to use us quite extensively. But I've never ever come across one of those that was lost. I only come across one of those that had engine failure, and he called me up and he said he was in trouble. I don't know whether one had failed or whatever or not, but he was throwing everything overboard to lighten the load. But he wanted to make sure he was on the right track to get to where we were. He was just coming over the neck of New Guinea, and we were a little bit further up into Galvin Bay. But he was the only DC-3 I ever came across that required emergency assistance. In 45, we just Bob and I were left there. Our sergeant had gone back to Australia, and we were operating 24 hours a day. Bob would do 12 hours, and I used to do 12 hours. Can't remember the month, but half a dozen Catalinas, we'll say, might have been more, might have been less, took off from Darwin to lay mines in Singapore Harbour. And I remember them being in the air for 24 hours. You know that, yeah. And I took over at about 8 o'clock this particular morning, and just after that, they're out of Darwin. They're probably heading. Well, they might have been over Bali or over in Indonesia, but they called me, and I worked them right through, and I went right through the night. And when Bob came to take over from me next morning, they were still in the air. Amazing.